should be up and running here. We don't have a lot to go over today. Pretty quiet day. Just a few of the banks reported. Market still a little bit choppy, but we saw the Q SPY start off strong and then retrace. So let's go ahead and go over that. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for July 14th, 2021. Qs up 0.18 and SPY up also same amount, both gapping up. So we talked about yesterday how IWM, you can see, is down 1.5. IWM is bearish, right? Qs and SPY still remain to be seen. SPY, in fact, I thought was still bullish, but Qs bear, neutral, and then SPY more bullish. And so we're seeing follow through from that, right? The divergence continues. IWM continues to stay weak, right? And that's typically what we see. Things that are weak remain weak for a reason. So kind of expecting the IWM to catch up to the Qs and SPY was never part of the plan or never part of the expectation, right? So going into tomorrow, it's really going to be the same as what we had going into today. Is that we take out yesterday's low, and then if there's follow through, we can look at the next setup, Qs and SPY, okay? And that goes for both. Okay, SPY now, you can see the reversal here. So we have a new line in the sand on the SPY just under today's low, which is really not that different from yesterday's low. Okay, to see if we're going to roll over. IWM remains bearish, but not the time to be starting a new position in the IWM as it runs into support. Okay, so yeah, interesting today. Apple stayed really, really strong. You can see it on its own page. And look at the daily here, very, very bullish. So, if the Apple starts to pull back, that could lead to a little bit more weakness in the Qs. As you can imagine, if Apple weren't so strong, Qs would probably be down on the day. Okay, so a lot of interesting market rotation going on here that we're seeing. Okay, and that's to be expected as earnings season starts to heat up a little bit. Okay, if you're in the room today, I don't have any trades for you. I put out 5 trades this morning, and here were what they were. ATUS was looking for it to get over high of the day and potentially trigger an entry. Didn't trigger. Okay, talked about PDD continuing lower after doing a daily sell setup, maybe giving us an intraday sell setup. That didn't trigger. Also talked about the NWL. Okay, as it was gapping over this red bar, looking for a breakout over the highs this morning. Here was the base it was setting up. That didn't break. And then the only thing was the mRNA buy setup, which I passed on a little bit on the spready side, but that one, the mRNA, did work. So you can see, it wasn't out of kind of lack of trying. It was just that a lot of things didn't set up, and there weren't a lot of good gaps anyway. So that's fine. I think next week should be a lot more interesting. Usually with earnings season, it's typical that the first week is all about the banks. And so if you're not trading those, then there's not as much to do, but that's fine. Okay. But hopefully you did well today, or at least stayed out of trouble. Yeah, it's kind of what I talked about yesterday, kind of in anticipation of today and this week. Not to lower standards, not to take low quality setups. I mean, they're always going to be out there. You can always find bases, you can always find pullbacks, but is it worth taking the play? Is it a high quality play? Most of them are not going to be, right? And then that's what sets the good plays apart. All right. So, if you're waiting for things to pick up earnings season, just hang in there. If you did well today, really good job. And if you over traded, just, be mindful of that. See what kind of plays you might have settled on, and try to be better about it tomorrow. All right. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.